sad news. I'm sure most people know. We pay tribute to a very dear friend. The Lake community lost a great man on Sunday, Tony Stueken, and the tributes, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, Chris, they come rolling in from friends and family and coworkers and people who Tony had impacted, childhood sweethearts, and of course all of his Lake friends. And whether you knew Tony for years or you knew Tony for minutes, it didn't matter because you became a friend with him very quickly. He served our country in the U.S. Army. He was a Distinguished Honor Guard graduate of the U.S. Army School in the spring of 1999 from Fort Gordon, Georgia. And I know he also spent time in Korea. And he knew no stranger, Chris. He loved to laugh, being with friends. And as you think about Tony, really the thing you think about is that big, infectious Tony smile that he wore and brought with him everywhere he went. And we can be grateful for the time that we knew and got to share Tony. And myself and our entire team, Uncle Chris here at Lake TV, we join you in grieving this challenging loss of a dear friend, and we lift up all the friends and family of Tony Stueken during this terrible loss. And lastly, just rest in peace to a great man.
Yeah, I got to know Tony business-wise and personally. Like you said, very gregarious, didn't meet anybody, didn't like. And just had that going for him. He was an amazing, he really was kind of a genius in IT, technical stuff. And so he helped a lot of people that way, certainly made a lot of money for the companies that he worked for. But he was also a hero. We had him on the Community Spotlight Show here on Lake TV, primarily to talk about he was at the Pentagon on 9/11 when the plane came in, hit the Pentagon. He got out, but went back in. He and a buddy that actually, he didn't know this guy, but they got together and they worked together that day on 9/11 to go back in. And I think it was they got like 34 or 35 people out of the Pentagon that would not have made it out. Very heroic, amazing story, but it also came with a price because he had to make some decisions when he was going back in. Some people he had to leave because they were hurt too bad. He couldn't save them. And I said, does that ever haunt you? And he said, yeah, it definitely does. So he was a hero. It came with a price. It's amazing that he could go from there and turn into the gregarious, fun-loving kind of person that he was. But he is going to be missed.
Yeah, in that interview, I think it was October of 21, and that's pinned to the top of Lake TV's Facebook page, so you can watch that entire interview with Tony. It brought a smile to my face just getting to see him sit there, and he was always such a supporter of Lake TV, always so complimentary of us and B&I, and it was always a friend, and we sure are thankful that we knew Tony Stueken.